the halftime scores in the real world. But what about fantasy football? Let's check in with Andy, who's going to give us individuals that have had a standout first half and some other good bits of intel on the first half of fantasy football, week 11 in the NFL. Hey, Andy.
Hi there, Nat. The best performer so far is, of course, Jonathan Taylor. He's got 98 total yards, 3 total touchdowns, and 29.8 points on the ESPN Fantasy Football. The next best performer is Jalen Hurts.
So you've got Jonathan Taylor in your team. Don't tell me you got Jalen Hurts as well.
No.
That needs to be win-win. But Jalen Hurts stepping up as well.
Yeah, he's got currently 91 passing yards, 49 rushing yards with 2 total touchdowns and 20.54 points.
Wow, okay. So I think a lot of people would have had Jonathan Taylor in their starting lineup. Maybe not so many Jalen Hurts and Neil Dutton dropping some good intel early on at the top of the show as well. Who was it he picked?
Adam Troutman.
Troutman, that's
He called
right.
him a superhero. He called him the Adam Troutman.
Oh, nice. That's always good.
That's a classic Dutch joke there.
Anyone else bubbling under there, Andy, that we should keep an eye on?
Yeah, the main two so far I've got is Brandon Ayuk and Jalen Waddle, both wide receivers. And Ayuk's got 78 yards and 19.8 points, whereas Jalen Waddle has 1 rushing touchdown, 36 receiving yards, and 14.7 fantasy points.
Now, how about this? We talked about the New Orleans Saints. Put a big long drive together, get back within touching distance. So far, it remains a 17-point deficit. Any news on Calais Campbell of the injury there, Andy?
Yeah, what I'm seeing so far is a lot of people saying, give that man an Emmy.
So maybe not as bad as suspected. Or that is good to see. We'll keep an eye on that. And indeed, as injuries play out in the second half,
thing is to come in late in the season, but no, it's fascinating.
let's throw that question to Andy as well. Andy, strongest team in the AFC right now. Who are you backing?
Well, I think on current form, you look at the likes of the Bills, but I think the Chiefs are a shout because you remember those old Patriots teams with Tom Brady back in the day where they'd always start slowly. People will say, is this the end of the dynasty? And then they'd get good form in November, December, they'd hit good form in January, in playoff season, and then they would just go on this amazing run and win it all. So I think you can't knock the Chiefs out, but I think the way the season's gone, I would probably say the Ravens.
The Ravens. I think that's a smart pick. And it's a great point you make as well, and this is getting worse and worse year on year. Just complete overreaction, writing teams off, forgetting. This was absolutely the point about the Patriots. And I think it was Colin Cowherd, actually, the American broadcaster,